Okay, and now we have a look at the last two layer types, the first one being the sketch layer. And the sketch layer is, I would say, just for administrative purposes. And what you can do with it is you can draw different shapes on your map. So maybe we begin with a rectangle. You can select a stroke or outline color and width and a fill color. So let's make it like, don't know, like this purple. And now you can just draw like a rectangle here. You also have the option to draw it over the grid, and so now the hex lines don't overlay your shape. You can enable a snap to grid function, which snaps the corners of your shape to hex centers or hex corners. So it is nicely ordered on your map. And you also can enable shadows. So maybe this is a bit too much. So your shapes get or throw a shadow on the map. If you go to the select mode, you can always select a shape you made. You can resize it or you can rotate it. And you can also create lines. Sorry, I have to go in the draw mode for this. You can create lines also in the snap mode or not in the snap mode. And yeah, that's about it. And it can be combined with the last layer type, which is the text layer. So we open up a text layer. And in the text layer, as the name implies, you can put text on your map. So this can either be like naming cities or towns. And how it works is you just type in the text over here. So we call it random city. And we can, of course, change the font of it. We can change the size of it. And of course, we can like put different italics or underline or bold. Also, this font is already bold. Yeah, you can then also put on a different opacity. You can of course rotate it, but you can always select them and rotate them later or afterwards. This is everything possible. And you also can enable outlines. So in this case, we have a white outline here. Maybe change the opacity back to 100. And you can also enable draw over grid. So especially if your text is not black, so it's more like, let's make it like green or yellow. You can make it be drawn over or under the grid. So you can see now the hex edges go through or below the text. And you can enable shadows, which are globally for the layer. And you can, of course, create presets for text and later reuse them, so you don't have always to put in all the values. And this has been the text layer. And for the last part of this video series, I'm also going to show you the different export functions. So if your map is ready, you can go to File, hit Export, and now you can export your map. And you have different options here. You can use PNG. PNG is just the standard image format. You can export it as a PDF, or you can export the hex map file, which is needed for using the map in my Wargame engine. So the hex map file stores all the information about grid ordering, grid size, and so on, in order for the engine to know how to snap counters, for example. If you export as PNG or PDF, you can click what exactly you want to export. So if you want to show the grid, the dots, or the coordinates or not, you can export the whole map with all layers or select single layers, and you can change the resolution. And if you hit export, your map will be ready.